Richard? Have you ever talked about him?
Famous Richard. Yeah, no, I ain't never talked about him.
What you think about him? You know, because say from the rack, you know, BD, GD, kind of talk a little bit like you.
I ain't gonna count. At first, I'm gonna keep it 1,000, bro. When I first started seeing Famous Richard, I'm like, this nigga is a goofy. Nah,
for real.
This nigga is a goofy. But now getting to know him, he don't regret it. I ain't gonna say he don't regret it. I mean, I ain't gonna say he regret it, but he know that the image he put out when he first came out was goofy.
Yeah.
So now he try to double back and show motherfucker he ain't no like, goofy. But at the same time, so I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, okay, I respect it. I respect
Famous Richard,
I fucks with him.
I be watching his shit funny, but
I kind of relate to him a lot. I relate to him a lot.
I got the same outlook on him as you, bro. When he first came out, I'm like, bro, this nigga goofy as hell.
Yeah,
this nigga goofy as hell, and then you know what I'm saying. He started doing interviews.
I don't want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, nah, this nigga not really goofy.
I just go get up here and cap on it.
Get on. This nigga really real nigga from wherever you from. You feel me? Yeah, nigga from the trenches, bro.
Everybody got their own story. Everybody not born. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Because I seen motherfuckers talking about, man, he not even from over there. Them niggas adopted him. Shit, my hood adopted me. So you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing, but it don't be like it don't be nothing like. How could I mean? I guess Chicago might be different though, because if you at the same time where he from and how old he was when he went over there, they probably look at it a little different.
That's what I'm saying. It's no different.
You can't come over here at 16 and be like, nigga, I'm from over here, nigga. Yeah. You from where you from, nigga, but we adopted you though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the same time, I get why they saying it. I wasn't that old when I started going over there, but I'm saying though, I get what they saying.
That's what
though
I'm saying.
about it.
Where you born from, where you born at, is not really where you from. That's where you was born, bro. Where you was raised at. Where you did all your thugging, all your outside, where your friends
you jumped off the porch at.
Facts.
You know
like it's some people that was born in goddamn Oklahoma, bro. Let's say they go back to Oklahoma, they don't even know nobody because they left at 2 years old.
Yeah.
So how the fuck is they from Oklahoma? When they go back to Oklahoma, they don't know where the club's at. They don't know what.
So when it depends on when they jumped off the porch, and when I say by jumped off the porch, for everybody that's watching, I don't mean jump in the streets. I mean jump off the porch as in you start being grown. You left your mama house and you start being on your own. That's jumping off. Everybody had a moment where they had to jump off the porch. So at that moment, that's kind of where you from. So a lot of people jumped off the porch in their teenage years when they was younger. Where I'm from.
Where did you grow up at? Who was you playing outside with?
That's where you was raised. That's where you was born. That's where you was born and raised.
Nah, bro. See, some people's not born and raised in the same place.
I'm lost now. Hold on. Wait.
You feel me?
So so were you born and then who you grew up with, who you raised with, but you still ain't jumped off the porch? What if you move or you go and because I'm still talking about Famous Richard.
Okay.
You was born. You grew up with these people. And then, but you was still probably in your mama house. You know what I'm saying? You probably still had to be in the house at a certain time. But when you start actually getting out in the streets and hanging out with people, you was in this neighborhood. This where you really made your name at. So where you really from? You from over here where you was born and raised, where your mama had to tell you coming out, or where you could make your own decisions and where you could be outside and kick it with the guys like grown folks. Where you really from? You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, that's different. Like when you in the same city. So like that's what I'm saying. If you in the same city, bro, some people got where they was born and raised at. So like let's say for instance, they was born in 2-3 and was raised in 2-3 till they was about let's say 12. Right. And then they moved to 2-4.
Right.
So they was in 2-4 from the time they was 12 to
18.
They was to 18, 20. They graduated high school and everything. They gonna also feel like they from 2-4.
They from both. They gonna say I'm from 2-3.
But what I'm saying is, if a nigga coming from a whole, like if a nigga was born, like let's say Dolph for instance, Young Dolph, right? Young Dolph was born in Chicago, but he not from Memphis. Chicago though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But he born there.
Exactly. He from Memphis though, cause that's where he spent all his life at. That's where when he go back home, that's where he know where all his people at. He know where to get X, Y, and Z from. He know where the clubs at, where the lit spots at, where not to go, where he can go. He know it like the back of his hand, cause that's where he from. He don't know Chicago like the back of his hand, cause even though he was born there, he wasn't raised there. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I feel like, okay, just because a nigga was born somewhere, that don't necessarily mean that he can't be from somewhere else, especially if he was raised over there. So like let's say, I think they said Famous Richard was born in Minnesota, right? So fuck it, let's say he was born in Minnesota, right? And he moved to Chicago. And he moved to Chicago when he was 2-3 years old. And then he raised in Chicago, and then I think he blew up out of New York. He moved to New York, was living in New York for a minute, blew up out of New York, right? So let's say he was in Chicago.
He blew up on the internet.
Yeah, from New York. That's what I'm saying. He moved to New York for a little bit. So I don't know I don't even know how old this nigga is. So that's what I'm saying.
That probably was like 2 years ago,
maybe like 2-3 years ago. So that's what I'm saying. Let's say he been in Chicago since he was 3-4 years old until the time that he moved to New York. So when he go to New York, he gonna say, I'm from Chicago.
Right.
He gonna tell the internet I'm from Chicago. Because even though that one where he was born, that's where he was raised at. You feel me? So I don't like when people be doing all that shit. Like they be trying to tell Ludacris he not from Atlanta. Cause he wasn't born in Atlanta. Nigga, Ludacris from Atlanta.
Ludacris, bro. I don't.
Bro, once you I'm gonna keep it 100. If you ain't go to school nowhere, you not from there, bro.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's facts.
Yeah.
If you ain't go to school, you not from there, bro.
I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. Ludacris on that list of niggas that I just don't even want to talk about, bro. Like
Well,